Obviously, we need to nail down what our pitch is and what our value proposition is. There's many venture funds out there, and we understand we're one of many dozen that will be pitching at the event. So we try to focus on what makes us different. You know, what do we do well? What are we experts in? And frankly, give the potential investors an opportunity to choose. If you're interested in our category, then we show that we are the best fund you can invest in the category that we're in. So we do that. Obviously, the second thing is to do our research on who we're meeting with. So, you know, the information provided by Marcus Evans is super helpful, but we'll take a step further. We'll check out the website, check out the LinkedIn profiles of the individuals that we're meeting with as well. Some family offices, you know, don't even have a website, right? LinkedIn profiles, websites, whatever we can scrape, we'll try to get. But in terms of primary research, that's pretty much all we can do. The good news is whenever we have a meeting, the first few minutes, most of the investors are kind enough to share with us kind of the story and what they do and what their focus areas are. So we find that's probably the best time to get the most relevant information. We like to start the meeting, frankly, we have a pitch deck, but I found over time, and I've been fundraising now for almost 20 years, it's important to get to know the other person. So, and I'm genuinely interested in where they're based out of, you know, what's their story, what is their focus from the family office, but as an individual, how did you end up there? And then I'll do the same. I'll share with them my background, where I came from, why I ended up in venture, you know, my story within the venture career that I've built, and why did I start GFT Ventures? A little bit of an origin story. And sometimes that could take, you know, almost the whole time, and we don't even have time to get to a pitch deck because we're having a conversation back and forth. Typically though, that'll be about the first 15 minutes, and the remaining 15 minutes, we'll have enough time to actually go through the pitch deck. And if there's further interest, we'll schedule a follow-up. I think it's hard to artificially create scarcity. You know, this is my second time to come to a Marcus Evans event in San Diego. So last year, we were in the thick of fundraising. We were trying to get to our goal. But this year we've been oversubscribed, so there literally is scarcity, for real, right? And I think most investors can see through trying to artificially create scarcity or urgency. Now we're exceeded our target, it's a lot more relaxing for both sides. We're going to be fine with or without your participation, but if you are interested, we'd love to talk to you, right? And it's low pressure. I think most investors would evaluate, you know, which of the meetings that they had during the course of the event were interesting, and then they'll prioritize. And I think from our experience by now, you know, you can tell if you've been a priority selection or a lower priority selection by the pace of follow-up. So we typically will try to schedule a follow-up call. And if they respond quickly and we can schedule something in the next couple of weeks, great. That means that we were one of the top priorities. And if not, we weren't. You know what? I know that's the goal, but I think realistically it's difficult to nail down a next meeting. Let me put it this way. If the other party was really interested, you can set up a meeting. But trying to force that, I don't think helps. And even if you put something on the calendar, if they are not really excited, then they're going to cancel or reschedule. So for me, I think for me personally, the fundraising is not about the hard sell. What's been really beneficial was from last year's event, we actually have a couple of investors that are here. And they've been super helpful by making introductions because they know the family office folks that think we could be a good fit with. And so they will make introductions over drinks, over meals, you know, over coffee. And we've had follow-up meetings beyond the one-on-one schedules because of those introductions. And those actually have been probably the most mutually relevant and interesting ones. Two reasons. One is, you know, typically the subject matter is interesting, right? And I think you guys do a great job kind of having relevant content with great speakers to talk about them. So that's been great. And especially if, you know, you're going to meet them one-on-one, you get to hear their backgrounds and their perspectives so that you can tailor the pitch to the interest areas that they're excited about.